here on Youth Empowerment Television Show, your most authoritative youth analysis program you can find across the African continent. Bright afternoon, and if you're watching us outside Ghana, Ivory Coast, Benin, Botswana, Mozambique, Nigeria, Togo, Burkina, at Ghana's country code 00233 548503799, and we would read it for you as the conversation goes on. Today we have two sets of interview. Now, before the major one comes in, we have some gentlemen here in the studio here, and they have a very strong message for the students of University of Ghana to listen, and we find it very important, especially with going through their visions, plans, how they intend to govern the whole student body when given the nod. I feel it's very much important to share this conversation with you. So I'd like them to introduce themselves, then we can go straight to the conversation. Incoming President, introduce yourself and your VP, and let's go.
Okay, so thank you very much for this
Right.
very great opportunity.
Right.
And a very good afternoon to your viewers and your listeners as well. So my name is Samuel Akom. I'm a level 300 student reading political science and linguistics, and I am in Alexander Dum Hall, University of Ghana.
Right.
And I'm the current Deputy SRC PR.
Okay.
And I'm here with my Vice President.
My name is Ahmed Ramzi, former JCR Vice President for a hall, Ivandi Hall, and then reading education and information studies as well.
You're reading
Education and information studies.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Has it always been your dream to want to lead the people of University of Ghana? Because looking at the rich records you have on leadership, I always tell people that leadership must be given to people who have had experiences of certain leadership positions, because it helps with the experiences that they bring on board. You have been the school prefect for Swedro Senior High School, somewhere 2017-2018. You have rose through the ranks of leadership, become Deputy SRC PR as you are now. You have become you want, I don't know if you're still holding, Deputy or Minority Leader for POSA Parliament. Several positions you've occupied. The experience looks rich. Do you think these experiences come to bear when people are to decide whether or not you should be given the nod to be president or not?
Yes, experiences really do matter. And then you made a statement that has it always been my dream to lead? Actually, the truth of the matter is that it has always been my dream to serve the people of the University of Ghana. And so when I came to level 100, conversations were going on. People were saying SRC has done this, SRC has done that. And so the question that I kept on asking myself was, what can I possibly do? Am I also going to be part of the people who would complain about the SRC? And so I did my own background checks, and then I realized one or two things which were wrong. And the question again then became, what am I going to do? I see, now am I going to train myself to be able to change things when I get there? That is when it all started. And so right from level 100, I became course rep for 3 different courses in the same semester.
Wow.
Then that experience gave me the opportunity to move on to become the Deputy Minority Leader for Political Science Parliament. It gave me opportunity again to become the Minority Leader. Then moving forward, I became the Linguistics Vice President. I became 2-time Deputy PRO for Political Science Students Association. Then I became Welfare Committee Chair for Alexander Dum Hall. I became General Assembly Rep for SRC General Assembly.
Wow.
And several others. All of these things are not to suggest that I like positions. But I saw those platforms as an opportunity to learn, to be able to utilize such experiences to, build an SRC for all.
Wow. Vip, your experiences so far as leadership is concerned, or you have sought to be at the background, building yourself up for this most important position you are vying for?
Yeah, same goes to my president. Growing up, it's been my effort to serve. I like serving. So if you check my portfolios too, I have friends that after senior high school, we try to build a foundation, as we say, we all foundation, to go back to senior high schools to empower them as to how to be able to attain admission to the University of Ghana. And going there alone too is like people always say, don't let the school pass through, you have to pass through the school. So you have to go into all experiences to know, and then you can impact back to the society. So with my hall, I think that's the first time if you are in level 200 going for that position. But I went for JC president, I didn't get, but I got the vice president position. So this also...
In level 200?
Yes.
Wow.
And then this also counts as the role to serve my people. It's always been with me. So that's why I decided to partner with someone and then want to build an SRC for all.
Wow. 0548503799, 0548503799. I have here presidential aspirant or candidate for the upcoming University of Ghana SRC elections that takes place on Tuesday, just this Tuesday. So it's just about 6 days more for the elections to occur. And so if you're just watching us and you're a University of Ghana student, I need you to take note of what is happening. If you are not a University of Ghana student, all you need to do is to try and call that University of Ghana mate or friend and tell them that, yo, there's a very important interview that is going out to them. Now I'm going to delve into the policies or what they want to do different so far as their message is concerned. People have some popular accolades as far as Ghana is concerned. Fear delegates, number 1. 2, it is a Gaza's accommodate. But what is happening now? Is it that they are going to technically let us understand that leadership is about being very honest and frank with situations and not giving political talks? Or they feel, and I like what the incoming president, I'll call him incoming president because looking at him, I feel he possesses that quality even before he speaks. I don't know about the policies yet, so maybe the policies will inform me more to ascertain whether or not I would advise anybody to vote for him. But one statement he made was, coming to the University of Ghana, he realized that the SRC has some problems. Not one SRC, he's not personalizing. I mean, looking at the governance structure of the SRC and all of that. That tells me that he's had time to look at all the structures and see what should be done best. Is the Legon SRC going to have a major turning point with him? Or he's just going to adapt to the former SRC president with his vice? I'm going to have to ask him this question now as you join me. Your incoming president, what is the number 1 priority on your policies that you think would be such a legacy project for University of Ghana, and you won't just be added to the numbers that have become president if you win?
Okay, thank you very much for this question once again. And so I would want to say that before we even put up our policies, we didn't want a situation where we'll be doing just the talks. And so we did not go to sit somewhere and type and, just write our policies and bring them to the people. What we did was that as we were campaigning, any room we went into, we asked the people what some of the challenges they have seen in the university and what possibly they think can be done about it. So after all of these conversations, we sat down, went through, analyzed everything, and then came up with our policies. And so with our policies, they are coming from the students and also for the students. The first of them is to partner with the vice chancellor to undertake the one student, one laptop initiative. When we mention this policy, it is not to say that we are promising the students laptops or free laptops. The point is, currently the University of Ghana Vice Chancellor is backing on the one student, one laptop, policy. And we feel like as an SRC, we are there to serve the interest of the students. And if we are there to serve the interest of the students and the Vice Chancellor is undertaking a project that is with regards to students, we need to partner and then make it successful. That is the first thing. Then also we want to, extend the SRC BWA scholarship scheme. This is very important because day in and day out, every time when students need to do academic registration, we have a good number of students who will have to defer their courses, basically because they don't have the money or because they don't have the opportunity to foot their academic fees. And so I believe that since there is already a scheme, I'm not promising that we are going to bring a different scheme, but we are going to make the scheme better. That is SRC BWA scholarship, then expand it. Maybe probably someone will say, why are you going to get the money to expand it? That is how we are going to do it. University of Ghana, has a plethora of alumni. There are a whole lot of people who completed
who are doing very well within our industry space.
Exactly the point. And so it is up to us, the SRC, to position ourselves very well, put up a very good and game-changing document and present to them. And when it happens that way, they will definitely come on board to help. Then again, we want to embark on an SRC farm project. When we mentioned this SRC farm, people make funny comments saying, people make funny comments saying, I come the farm. Well, if that's what you say, because I believe that moving forward, it is about time.
Don't you make your students go to the farm?
No, that is not necessarily the point, but we feel like it is about time we also venture into agriculture. Because if you look at the history of Ghana, you see that Ghana has always been doing very well in agriculture.
60%
and so as an SRC, we also need to look at how best we can involve agriculture in our administration. And so we seek to establish an SRC farm. Maybe the question again is how. You know how UN is very much interested in food production and agriculture.
Yeah.
We will partner with UN to ensure that the farm is established. Now, this is what the farm is going to do. Day in and day out, people complain that food prices on campus is expensive. If I come to promise the students that I'll come to speak with the food vendors to reduce prices, I'll be a liar, because where do they get the vegetables and the things they use in cooking the food? They buy them at the market, and they sell the food based on the prices they get them out there. So
transportation, all of those things.
And so if you have an SRC farm, this will mean that all of these women will be purchasing such produce or such vegetables from the SRC farm.
First of all, before we look at the benefits of the farm, where would you get the land from? Who is allocating the land to you?
Okay, so with University of Ghana, management has given a portion of land to the SRC for SRC projects. It is on this land that this project, the hostel project, the current administration has begun works to begin the SRC hostel project.
So you push the hostel away to grow tomatoes.
The hostel has already even started.
Okay.
It's already in session.
Okay, then there's also a section.
There's also a section where we believe we can also not just let it lie.
Okay.
We can also use that for the SRC farm. And
so those in the hostel once a while can go and water and weed.
Not necessarily. We would employ the services of experts, because
that's the next question I was coming. Who are those going to man the
we have agricultural,
because this is brilliant. It's very difficult to have leaders become very visionary to think about things that do not become great benefit to the school, but this is a broader picture. Now this, if successful, would get other young people, other universities, other student leaders get to be involved in farming. Here's the case: people are cutting down cocoa tree and selling their farms and going to Galamsey. Farming is becoming an unattractive venture for young people, and for a young leader like yourself, bringing up something like this, you should be applauded. However, who are going to man this farm?
Yes, so with the farm, we are going to employ the services of the experts of the same university, because we have agriculture students.
Exactly.
Yes, who complete school, and they can be employed to work in that regard.
Wow. So that's how to pay them from the SRC dues?
Not from the SRC.
Oh, because it's in partnership with the UN. You source funding.
Exactly. Funding. And then that aside stuff, what will be the night market women, what they'll be purchasing from the farm, although they'll be buying them, it will be sold to them at a lesser cost.
I'm even looking at before it gets to the harvest stage where you can sell the monies to buy.
That is in partnership with UN and other organizations. Although it is UN that has been championed.
It's only farming. Is it going to be? Would you have pigs, goats?
Well, truth of the matter is that for now we are focused on the farming and vegetables.
You don't want any man around the hostel.
We will get to that point, but it's a gradual process, right? It's a gradual process, so we'll get to that point.
Right.
And so we are going to employ the services of such individuals. We can even get to a point where each and every time students can be at the comfort of their rooms and order for vegetables from the SRC.
Wow.
That is in turn going to generate revenue for the SRC.
So if a student want to cook and I need cabbage, I need tomatoes,
you can just
I need onion, and it will just be delivered. And actually even on a very good cost, because it's just within
the environment.
Wow.
And then notice how that alone is going to also serve as employment for some students who also fend for themselves in their school. Some students
who even register their motorbikes.
Exactly. And do that. So that is
a whole chain of benefits.
Yes, of benefits. That is the whole thing about the SRC farm. Then aside the SRC farm, we also want to establish an SRC where the personal development of each and every student is at heart. We need to go past an SRC where we organize programs and we don't follow up on the impact that particular program had on the students.
Okay.
We need to get to a point where at the end of every
the
semester,
post-event benefits on students.
Okay. We need to get to a point where after each and every semester, the SRC won't leave the student to go and search for internship slots for themselves. We need to get to a point where, as an SRC, we can be championing, a good number of slots for students.
Wow. How many students are in the University of Ghana now?
We are about close to 60,000 currently.
And you can get, and even if you can't get all, are you promising them that you can get even about 20,000 internship internship opportunities?
I am not promising a specific number. I'm making this point because we are in vacation. Students are looking for internship slots. And no one is there to help them. Spearhead.
Sort of back them with reference letters and that's good.
Yes,
that's good.
And yes, I applaud the Guidance and Counseling Center. They have been issuing internship letters for students to take out there. But then the point is, as an SRC, we can also get those slots and then help the students, because
especially with what you just mentioned initially about most of you, I mean the alumni community, and people are doing very well. You can get to
we went into vacation just recently, and then when you call friends and ask them, oh, I'm still looking for internship, a place to do my internship. And so I kept on asking, this SRC can actually do something. This SRC is very powerful than what we see it. And so that is.
And SRC makes a lot of money. You are in Parliament, right?
Yes.
What was the SRC budget for your SRC week? I know it's around.
For some reasons, SRC week celebration has been cancelled.
Exactly, but I'm just talking about the budget in total. SRC always has a budget, even if for the week for budget about 4 billion or 6 billion or something like that. 600,000.
Well, for University of Ghana SRC, the recent budget we passed, it was not up to 4 billion.
I think it was
200,000.
200,000. That's 2 billion.
Yeah, 2 billion.
Student, but so if you become president, you are supervising a budget of between 200 to 300,000 Ghana cedi. Hey, my guy. But there's the new Range Rover Evoque, just about 250,000 Ghana cedi.
But you know, the interesting point is that
approves.
Exactly.
And there's Parliament that can be lobbying behind the scene.
Yes, you can.
Okay. Yeah, with this guy.
Aside the General Assembly, there are structures in the university that
monitors the dean, before all of that.
Exactly, the dean of students is in charge of all of these things, and so before any money is drawn from the SRC account, management officials are supposed to be aware.
Of course. I mean, presenting a budget, and if the budgets are there, reading it to be approved.
That aside,
let me ask this very important question before I come and read the messages. It looks like you guys have students at heart. The farming, the student development. It looks like you are bringing the welfare position you occupied at Kwapon to bear about students' interest being your number one priority. In summary, can you give me about 2 or 3 other policies in brief that if you want to, however you want to do it, so the student can also know?
In brief.
Yeah. So in brief, I think one thing at heart that Ghana, I always say that Ghana, we are blessed, and then we have to continue with that is sports. Sporting activities. When you go out at the back of our hostels, we play football. You see very talented students playing football. And in a bid to support them, to help them, we are thinking of bringing the SRC Premier League.
Wow.
Which in case it will be a football matches between all the halls. And then the SRC is promising students that we will give you the opportunity to join some of the sporting clubs after school.
Wow.
If that is your talent. Okay.
Wow.
So even including our budget, we have the establishment of AstroTurf. Okay. The manifesto. Okay.
Wow. Does University of Ghana has an AstroTurf?
We don't have it. We don't have one.
We don't have. I think the AstroTurf thing came into mind for the fact that you see most young talented individuals.
You guys have
see the community. You know, now we are moving on from the Sakura pitch, if I'll put it, to the AstroTurf.
Yeah.
So we believe it's
not even Sakura, the green grasses. We are moving to AstroTurf. Yeah.
So we are thinking of embarking on that huge project, and then when we come, we will be soliciting for every funds, every support from.
Honestly, I would be ready to contribute to support financially.
This is one of the things that we are thinking of doing. And then if you see one of the diaspora, our halls, the Northern Campus halls, we have Pent, Ivandi, TF, and Bani, which I'm a resident of Ivandi, and we have a majority students on campus, and then we are thinking of extending the Wi-Fi coverage. You know, we have moved on from the manual classrooms to go to lecture halls. It's now reducing to the online
virtual. Yeah.
So we believe the university have to provide an avenue for that, which is strong connectivity. So we are backing on the Wi-Fi coverage to that
An extensive one
yes,
for the northern.
for the northern campuses.
Right. Our time is really not enough, and this is time where we have to go. Now, let me ask this: what makes you guys different from your other candidates?
Okay, to chip in this, we are not just saying it. We always try to show them.
You are 5.
Yes.
And this message you are giving us is to the student watching you guys, how you guys are different from the other 4.
Okay, so from our words, we always say, if not now, then when? It's time for us to build an SRC for all. We don't just make words or go around talking. We always show that we can do it. With the sporting activity, we make sure that we have to donate sporting equipment before we even come to power. We have to show them that we are.
Hey, when we need a show.
Yes, so we have evidence.
If you don't, you go for the
when we say we want to serve, it doesn't mean that you have to have the opportunity
occupy
to
position.
serve.
Okay.
But you have to show the delegate
that's being proactive.
That you
that's
can
good.
do it.
That's good.
So
okay.
we donated sporting equipment.
Oh, you've already done that?
Yes.
Solid. Okay.
And then, yeah, you can.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what makes us different is the experience we bring on board. And then we also do not believe in just the words. That is why we have taken time to even implement some of our policies before. For example, the sports. We have donated some sports items to some halls and then some satellite campuses. Then again, we organize an after-examination party, and
Hey, why a party now?
Yes, because we feel like entertainment should also be a part of the academic discourse. Because after a stressful semester, students will have to find time to relax.
Wow.
And so the point is, we believe in action more than the words.
Yeah.
The point is, we are coming on board with the experience, not an experience to build an SRC for a few, but an experience to build an SRC for all of us. An experience to build an SRC.
I like this. This is your camera. Okay. Give us your final words, the two of you, in a minute.
Okay, so
talk to your students here.
Final words. Dear University of Ghana, once again, my name is Samuel Akom, and I am here once again to plead and solicit for your votes and your support. It is about time we go past the words. It is about time we vote for leaders who are in for action. It is about time we vote for leaders who are coming on board with the experience to build an SRC for all of us. Let us vote for individuals who are not going to build an SRC for a few, who are not going to build an SRC for just SRC executives, who are not going to build an SRC just for, just consider voting for Samuel Akom and Ahmed Ramsey. Coming Tuesday, we are number 3 on the ballot screen. Thank you very much, and thanks for your vote.
Okay. I have some few messages. I have to just read quickly so that we can go. Do you want to add something?
Deciding to partner with Samuel Akom has been a worthwhile decision. Samuel understands the need to build an SRC for all, not a select few. So we have an opportunity to realize this vision on election day. Text a friend, call a roommate, and engage a colleague to vote number 3 on the ballot screen. Thank you very much.
Okay, all right. Thank you. Some few messages here that I would like to read, and we can just go. Richie, trust me, I have followed Ramsey and Samuel for a while, and I think they possesses the ability of good governance over the student body. Best of luck to them. They should remember University of Ghana is watching. Loads and loads of me. This one, right. Okay. This is where time will permit us on the first half of the show. We're going for a break. When we come back, I'll be this. Do I need to reintroduce the topic? Before we announce that this was going to be a topic we'll be treating, we got a lot of messages. Some I'm tempted to read even before our guest gets seated within the second half of the show. What are the effects of contraceptives in Ghana, in Africa, in the world as a whole? I'll be back after the break.
Trasaco